our levels of consciousness, according to our practice, it just grows and evolves over time. Mm-hmm. But we have to, it's like saying, if I learn that, that piece of Mozart on the piano and I've just learned the notes, am I playing music?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's just like there's levels of yes to that question, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. So the more you learn and study, the further you'll be able to articulate your yes, or understand why it is music, or how that music is formed, you know, like the pattern and logic behind the music. You just learn more and more about how it is organized. But in the beginning, you may not really, you're still playing music, but you may not have a way to really articulate it in a language, or even locate it in your body with much specificity. But you're still doing it.
That's a great answer. Because I think of Yo-Yo Ma, who's still discovering. He's still discovering what he learned when he was 4 and 5.
That's right. He's been playing those Bach etudes since he was 4 years old, yeah. Right? And still it has a fresh attitude about it. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah. Your default position is that the tongue is resting lightly at the roof of the mouth, okay. Right behind the teeth, the top teeth. Okay, so when you do this, you can feel like that can help your spinal structure, like the way your head is balanced on your neck. When you touch the tip of your tongue to the hard palate, there's a little bit of this chin tuck that happens. And then you can feel like a lifting of the tension. The tension releases from the back of the neck because it lengthens, right? So the muscles in the back of the neck can gap that space because you slightly tuck in the chin. And then the tongue touching at the top can help this feeling, like the chi or the feeling of relaxation or the stretching of the muscle tissue that's in your skull and your neck can bypass this area of the occiput because it often gets jammed up in there. And so you can use this, you know, just even as you're sitting here, as you touch the tongue up, can you feel like this kind of lengthening of this muscle tissue in the head and releasing the tension in the jaw, releasing the tension in the occiput, okay? And just a slight bringing in of the chin. So that on a physical level, musculoskeletal level, is incredibly helpful, right? Because it's not just imagination. This question came up in class this week, just in my weekly classes. It's just like, is it all just like imagination? But actually our practice is very physical. And so when you can disinhibit your muscle tissue and still like lift your arms and have full mobility, but you don't have to be completely rigid and committed with the contraction of your muscles. That means you have more energy in reserve. That's why this is a longevity practice. So it's not just this mental drawing paintings in your visual mind, right? So it's actually like with your physical muscle tissue that you're doing this as well, and that is part of the reserving and saving of the energy in your body. All right, so glad to see you all this morning. Have a great rest of the day. And I'll see you next week.